type thing. Here's a refreshing young man. We
Good
found
boy.
out you were a Muslim, and people got scared.
I got bad all of a sudden, yeah.
People got
I
scared.
don't
You got
know
bad
what-
all of a sudden, right, overnight.
I was a good boy when I was hollering, I am the greatest. I cannot be beat. I am pretty. I'm the king. He. I was a good boy. But when I said I'm a Muslim, my religion is Islam. What's wrong with that? You have 600 million Muslims on earth, and Muslim only mean one who submits entirely to the will of God, Allah, and Islam only means peace, entire submission to God, and we don't believe in forcing ourselves on
Do you hate
white
the
people.
whites?
No, sir, we don't hate
Why
whites.
has that grown up, do you suppose, that the
No,
Muslims
this is
are a
false
hate white
propaganda
group?
to scare Negroes, to keep them from coming, because Negroes by nature love their enemy. They pray for those who use them. Negroes by nature don't hate nobody. And so if they can make people think that we're a hate group, that'll frighten them. But we don't hate white people. We know white people. We know the history of white people. For example, if a tiger broke in this room now, I would beat you getting out. If a rattlesnake broke in here, I'd beat you getting off of this stage. I don't hate rattlesnakes. I don't hate tigers. I just know I can't get along with them. After learning the nature of the snake and the tiger, I don't want to try to eat with him or sleep with him because I know that he might bite me. So now that
You don't think that we can ever get along? I think that was your point with Martin Luther King.
I know
when he was-
whites and blacks cannot get along. This is nature. It's getting worse every day. The latest government fact-finding committee just said that things are becoming to be separate, just two societies, black and white. That's what we've been telling you, separation. Now the government admits that that's coming. White women have got gun clubs all over the country. Learn how to shoot at black targets. Understand they're making guns that'll shoot through brick walls just to get Negroes. And
Do you believe that?
I know what I said. Mayor Daley in Chicago, I think, somebody ordered helicopters or something just with these rats and rotating machine guns on them, and they breeding dogs that just attack black people, all kind of spray and mist and banana slick. And
Well, what are you going to do now as one of the prominent black persons and a
Teach
person
'em
who
all.
can be a leader and that youth
I'm
look
not
up
gonna be
to?
a leader,
What is your
but
role in this
I can't
perhaps
be a-
civil war, as people call it?
Can't be a leader, but I can tell them about the leader. All I can tell them is to join on to their own kind, accept their own kind, join on to the true religion, which is Islam, join on to the Muslim teachings, which is taught to us by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the honest black man preaching the truth to black people. Clean up your own neighborhoods, do something for yourself, quit begging
has
to
this religion
integrate
done
and
for you?
beg to separate.
Ali.
Well, if number one, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the religion of Islam, has given me a beautiful name, Muhammad Ali, which has connected me with some 56 Muslim countries. I have 56 government invitations. This is why Washington won't let me go to Japan to fight, because the prosecuting attorney there came to Houston and told the judge that if we let this man leave, he might not come back because he has 600 million Muslim brothers that would gladly make him a millionaire fugitive. So this is what it's done to me, where I used to try to get love of whites and beg to be with whites, and now I can go sit with kings in Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, Pakistan, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia. This has taught me a knowledge of myself, taught me to love and respect my own people, taught me to marry and my own women, all great Negroes.
But you're obviously not uncomfortable with whites. I don't think you are.
I'm uncomfortable.
Are you
with
uncomfortable with
anybody.
me right now?
No, I'm comfortable. I'm real comfortable with you. Of course, I know how far to go with you. I'm not going to go home with you now and flirt with your daughter. I'm not going to try to push you out of your suburb. I integrate so far. See, we don't. That's why I like Governor Wallace. He tells the truth about things
like
that.
George Wallace?
Yes, sir. That truth he tells, we like. He tells the truth.
You believe that?
I see him telling the truth.
You don't believe he's been a tough influence in this country and a bad influence?
Well, I don't agree with everything nobody say, but I like what he say when he says that Negroes shouldn't force itself into white neighborhoods, and white people shouldn't have to move out of the neighborhoods just because one Negro comes. If they don't want to sell the house to him, he shouldn't, and that makes sense. If a person don't want you, why do you want to push yourself on him? And Wallace is admitting that this ain't right, and let the people do what they want to do. They need local government where they can decide what they want to do in their own community, and just don't make some northern so-called liberal come in and bust the neighborhood up, and they all have to pack up and go somewhere else and always be
What would you say
uncomfortable.
for your people? They're living in deplorable conditions in Chicago now. They're living in terrible conditions in Chicago.
This is
now.
all over the world living in terrible conditions. This is why Elijah Muhammad teaches us that they need some land of their own where they can produce and build their own homes, schools, factories, and hospitals, since they're suffering and been turned away from many of whites, and get some land, since we helped build America to be fit to the richest states on the planet, fought in all American wars to help maintain and uphold the government. Why not should we have some some of the land where we can build and construct. Negroes are doctors, Negroes are lawyers, physicians, mechanics, plumbers, electricians. Why not? Can we go somewhere now and build a future for our children such as other people? Why should we just remain beggars and employees? Why not? Can we go and a job?
But do you think this could happen? In other words, you want some land in the United States.
Now Elijah Muhammad teaches us that God taught him, not me, that this land should be here or elsewhere, just like all people. No people can be free and independent without land. No people can be free if they can't feed themselves. No people can be free if they don't clothe themselves. Negroes are 22 million people, Elijah Muhammad teaches us. We don't make shoestrings. 22 million people and don't have a toothpick factory. 22 million people, if you white people closed the grocery stores tomorrow, we would starve to death.
But you have your own stores in the Muslim community.
Oh, Elijah Muhammad's buying hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland throughout the country, canning up and food and taking it to supermarkets and his restaurants that he's building all over the country. He's got his own colleges, universities. He's on radio worldwide now, national here in America. He's on TV in Washington. He prints 2 million newspapers a week called Muhammad Speaks.
Yes, we've seen it.
And he's got mosques and temples all over the country, and he is the black man for black people to follow. He's not just asking for a job. He's not just asking for a house in a white neighborhood. This is nothing. See, Negroes are actually fighting for equality with the white man's dog. You may say, why? Well, when they say we want open housing, they still not getting nothing the dog ain't got. The dog sleeps in the house with white people, in the bed, many of them. And Negroes want to ride on the best transportation up front with the white people. The dogs do better than that. He ride right in the front seat. I see him when the sun's shining. Dogs ride right in the front seat of the car. And Negroes, they won't eat the white man restaurant and this and that. Still, the dogs eat out the same plate. I see this. So in reality, the Negro's not fighting for equality with the white man. He's fighting for equality with the white man's dog. To be equal with the man, he needs some airports. He needs some train stations, some television companies, some water plants. He needs some farmland.
It's going to be hard to get, though, isn't it?
And not if he has some land of his own.
If he has some land.
And if the white man gave him justice and repaid him for building up this country and working for 310
Some
years.
Some people like Stokely Carmichael and Rap Brown say that the white man will not do this, though. Well, that they have to be militant. They are militant. You, I think, probably know these men, do you not?
I know them good. We would look like fools trying to be valiant against the most powerful military country on earth. We would look like bulls running down a railroad track head on into a more locomotive train. You might say, look at that brave bull, but when that bull come head on with that train, all he will have left as his monument is his blood and his flesh on the track. See, we can't be powerful against the man who makes the bullets, who makes the guns. We look like fools with a pop gun hiding on a roof shooting at the army. If every Negro had a machine gun, a tank, a bazooka, a year's round of ammunition, and a good hideout, we wouldn't have a chance because we don't control no food. After 2 or 3 days, we'd be hungry. For us to be violent against America, we would have to have superior weapons than America, and we don't have the factories nor the earth to dig the material to manufacture the weapons. And if we would get the weapons, we would have to get them from you.
So you don't agree with
And I'm sure you are not going to give Negroes weapons to shoot you with. So I'm not here to talk, say I don't agree with Stokely, I don't agree with Rap Brown, I don't agree with the late Martin Luther King. We're all black people who are fighting for freedom, justice, and equality. Everybody have their approach. There's a war going on in Vietnam. One man fights from the air, one man fights from the land, one man fights from on top of the water, one man fights in the submarine under the water, one man comes from, he's a secret service man or a spy. They're all fighting the same common enemies. They say the North Vietnamese people, but they have different approaches. Negroes have different approaches for their freedom. One man believes in integrating. One day we all be white, he say. Look like white people after 200 years. One believes that education and politics will solve it. One believes shooting and looting and burning up the country will solve it. One man believes integration will solve it. And we believe separation somewhere to ourselves will solve it. So we're not here to talk about these fellows. The same dog that bit them bit me and is biting me. But we just don't agree with their approach to the freedom. But we all are for them if they are sincere in their way. And one day we hope that they will all soon recognize the true leader, Elijah Muhammad, and will all soon be Muslims.
What